Okay, now it's working. Okay, so yeah, so I asked you to write the endings. I felt I was a bit afraid because I kind of came up with it spontaneously, but you got the idea right of how what I wanted you to do. So I guess examples helped. But yeah, so knowing the endings, try to write the mentioned characters, nouns in singular or plural. And then we had oshka, oshkos, ojis, ojay. These two can be used as insults. For example, ojis or oshka can be about someone who's like very stubborn, like for no reason. They're just very stubborn and holding on to something. Oshkitele, that's ele is a diminutive. Oškytėlės, musės, that's a fly. Uodas, everyone's favorite insect. Mosquito, uodai. Saulė, saulės. Mėnulis, mėnuliai. We write it like that, mėnuliai. Taip. And then we had only two of them that were plural in the song. So du gaideliai, so gaidelis, dvi vištelės, vištelė. And then we need to make a little phrase, so we have numerals, and then we can write vienas gaidelis, viena vištelė, du ožiai, dvi ožkos, trys ožkytėlės arba trys mėnuliai. So there was nothing like, no answer that could have been right or wrong. It was just important that you pick up the gender correctly and plural, of course, versus the singular. And yeah, so last time we learned essentially the numerals, and we also mm, studied of course, we also practiced the plural endings. So like we had oje, vištelis, and so on, how to create a plural. This lesson, we will be studying how to use that in accusative. So when we watched Gustav Encyclopedia, we had lots of accusatives there, and we also had accusative endings. But now we will learn both the numerals and the accusative endings when it comes to a noun. And let me share. So yeah, last time that we had, okay, you should be able to see it. Can you see it? Okay, got it. So yeah, so we had Vienna's mother. We were looking at the gray ones, and the gray ones were just the nominative. So vienas mano brolis gyvena Vilniuje, du mano broliai gyvena Vilniuje, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And they change a little bit when we want to say, for example, accusative. Now, when we use accusative, we use it when it's an object. So, for example, turėti, turi, turėjo. So, I have. And we have examples. So, turiu vieną brolį, turiu du brolius. Vienas mano brolis gyvena Vilniuje, turiu vieną brolį. Du mano broliai gyvena Vilniuje, turiu du brolius. Viena mano sesuo gyvena Vilniuje, turiu vieną seserį, so it's the same. Dvi mano seserys gyvena Lietuvoje, 2 of my sisters live in Lithuania, turiu dvi seseris, I have 2 sisters. And then the numerals change, trys, tris, so it shortens, tris becomes shorter, trys, tris, keturios, so yeah, keturi, keturis, penki, penkis, šeši, šešis, septyni, septynis, aštuoni, aštuonis, devyni, devynis. Yeah, I will get back when we look at the nouns and those endings, but I think you can probably already observe the pattern that there's always an S ending in the end. So trys, tris, that's feminine, keturios, keturias, penkios, penkias, šešios, šešias, septynios, septynias, aštuonios, aštuonias, devynios, devynios. Sometimes you will hear like people talk hours, like we learned kelinta, dabar valanda, what's the hour? And people may say keturios, dabar yra keturios, and they mean 4 hours. Now it's 4 hours. So just in case if you ever come across someone saying that way. Yeah, so what's special about accusative endings in plural? So we have learned that in singular, they become longer. So for example, we have here draugas, drauga, brolis, brolį, mokinys, mokinį, teta, teta, pusseserė, pusseserė, sūnus. It's always that tail. Now, when it's plural, it kind of that s occurs, and sometimes the ending can that vowel can sound a bit shorter. So, for example, draugas, draugai, turiu du draugus, brolis, brolį, turiu du brolius, mokinys, mokiniai, turiu du mokinius, I have two students, teta, tetos, turiu dvi tetas, pusseserė, pusseserės, turiu dvi pusseserės, sūnus, sūnus, turiu du sūnus. And then we have seserys, dukterys, dvi seserys, dvi dukterys. So those endings add us, as, es, us, is. So that's the accusative endings, the typical ones. And now let's take a look what we have from the book, what we have to offer. 96 puslapis, and we have a little exercise there. Let's start 12 because we have to pick them. Which one is which? So we have Paulius turi, du broliai, du brolius. So the correct one is du brolius. Paulius turi du brolius. Then we have jis turi dvi seserys, dvi seseris. Kuris yra teisingas? Which is the correct one?
Dvi seserys.
Ne, dvi seseris. Taip. Monika ir Norbertas turi, we have 3 anūkai, 3 grandchildren ir 3 anūkus. Kuris yra teisingas? Which is the right one? Andrės?
3 anūkus.
Taip, teisingai. Monika ir Norbertas turi 3 anūkus. Ar jūs turite 4 vaikus ar 4 vaikai? So, do you have 4 kids? Which is correct, Alexei?
Vaikus.
4 vaikus. Taip, teisingai. Rūta turi, so accusative, 4 tetos, 4 tetas. So, which would be correct one, Andrės?
4 tetas.
Taip, gerai. 6, aš turiu 3 pusbrolius, 3 pusbroliai ir 3 pusseserės, 3 pusseserės. Now, a little comment to this one. So in Lithuanian, we don't have a universal word for siblings. Like, do you have siblings? And we don't have cousins. Like, that would be. So if someone is asking, and you want to say, yes, I have 3 cousins, and then you introduce them in Lithuanian, it would be for example, pavyzdžiui, aš turiu vieną pusbrolį ir 2 pusseseres. So we kind of explain them. We don't have one word that would unite those all. So, Alexei, what would be the answers to this? Aš turiu
3 pusbrolius.
Taip.
Ir 3 pusseseres.
Taip, gerai. Ir paskutinis, and the last one, Andrės, Andrius ir Marija turi, so we have viena duktė, vieną dukterį. So this is singular. Singular.
Not sure.
Yeah, singular accusative always has a tail in the end.
Dukterį.
Taip, viena dukterį, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have another exercise where you have in the brackets mama, vienas brolis, viena sesuo, 2 broliai, 2 seserys, 4 pusseserės, 4 pusbroliai, 2 seneliai, 2 senelės, 5 tetos, 3 dėdės. And this one I will give you some time to do on your own. I will give, again, traditional 10 minutes, but I will not be surprised if it takes you less than that. And yeah, so basically you just Try to write the whole sentences so you memorize, and these are, some will be, as you can see, singular, and others will be accusative, so that we just learn the case. Okay. Sėkmės. Okay, let's take a look. So aš turiu tėvą ir, what did you write?
Ir mamos.
Mama.
Mama?
Right. Yeah, that was, I have a father and a mother. So tėvą ir mama. Mamos would make sense like if it was plural, for example, mūsų šeimoje yra dvi mamos arba aš neturiu mamos. I don't have a mother. That would be, yeah, but this would be aš turiu tėvą ir mamą. So this was the singular one. And the following one was as well. Alexei, could you read what you wrote?
Jonas turi vienas brolį ir vieną seserį.
Vieną brolį. So, yeah, when accusative, both numerals will be viena. Yeah, taip, vieną brolį. Vieną brolį ir vieną seserį. This is the one
vieną brolį.
Ir vieną seserį.
Ir vieną seserį, taip.
Taip. Gerai. Andrėjas, trečias.
Kristina turi du brolius ir dvi seseris.
Taip, puikiai. Kristina turi du brolius ir dvi seseris. Gerai. Kitas, ketvirtas, Aleksei.
Andrius turi keturi.
Keturis.
Taip.
Keturis.
Taip. Andrius turi keturis pusbrolius.
Taip.
Ir I think mistaken here too.
Keturias.
So how do you change?
Keturas, yeah. When it's masculine, so for example, okay, vienas, du, trys, they're kind of their own republic. But then we have keturi, penki, šeši, septyni, aštuoni, devyni. So in masculine, we will just add the S. Keturis, penkis, šešis, septynis, aštuonis, devynis. Feminine keturios, penkios, šešios, septynios, aštuonios, devynios.
Yeah, that's nominative.
Yeah, nominative. And in plural, we just change it to a. And it's the same accusative ending like with others. For example, I'm thinking, tetos, right? And plural accusative changes to tetas. So keturios, keturias, tetas. They kind of sound, rhyme with each other. And then keturi, I'm thinking what could be the ending. Well, let's say broliai. Either way, it ends with E. The ending is not exactly the same, but also keturis, brolius. So the endings, they kind of like rhyme. It's always an S in the end. And when it comes to masculine, you just add the S. Keturis, penkis, šešis, septynis, aštuonis, devynis.
Wait, can you write keturi for feminine accusative?
Let's say aš turiu keturias tetas. Keturios tetos.
Keturias.
Yeah. And it's always like that with from 4 to 9. Aš turiu keturias tetas, aš turiu penkias tetas. So keturios tetos, keturias. From O to A.
Gerai. Andrius turi keturis pusbrolius ir keturias pusseseres.
Taip, puikiai. Taip, Andrius turi keturis pusbrolius ir keturias pusseseres. Puikiai, gerai. Tada Then Andrės.
Vaikai turi du senelius ir dvi seneles.
Taip, puikiai. Dvi senelės. Vaikai turi du senelius ir dvi seneles. The way you pronounce the L sounded so Latvian, but also Eastern Lithuanian, because they have a bit more solid, harder L as well. If you listen, so Lala nusilaida mėnulis patekė, it's also a song, and they sing there about the sun going down and moon is rising, and they also have that very distinctive solid L that Lithuanians usually have it softer. And but it's like it sounds beautiful. Okay, Alexei, Rūta turi?
Rūta turi 3 dėdes ir 5 tetų.
Tetas. 5 tetas.
5 tetas.
Yeah, it's accusative. So from basically, we're not learning yet when there can be genitive or something that can happen. With genitive, these are from 1 to 9. It's always going to be accusative. So, 2 tetas, 3 tetas, 4 tetas, 5 tetas, 6 tetas, 7 tetas, 8 tetas, and so on. Now, if we want ever to say, and this is you don't have to memorize, just occurred to me that, for example, aš turiu vieną dėdę. So, like, this is like my mom's brother, mano mamos brolis. But if you, for example, have some closer uncles, like English always confuses me, like one time removed, I think they say. If it's like then we say antros eilės dėdė. So, for example, your mom's cousin's child. Your mom's cousin is your antros eilės dėdė or antros eilės pusbrolis, so second row, like it's cousins, kids, relatives. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, it can be a bit confusing, but don't you worry, we have more exercise to do. Oh, Anton, labas. I was already sad. I was like, Anton is not here.
Labas
Anton
vakaras.
nėra. Labas vakaras.
Labas vakaras, sorry for late.
Viskas gerai, yeah. As we say in Lithuanian, geriau vėliau negu niekada. Better later than never. Okay. Geriau vėliau negu niekada. Okay, so now we have kiek. I prepared some flashcards. So here we will have opportunity to remember plurals in general, and then we will also have to turn them into accusative. You will see how it works. Okay, so for example, we have a family tree, šeimos medis, 2 močiutės ir 2 seneliai. So 2 grandmas and 2 grandpas. Now, if you want to say aš turiu 2 močiutės ir 2 seneliai, what would that be in accusative?
2 močiutės ir 2 senelius.
Taip, gerai. Aš turiu 2 močiutės ir 2 senelius. Gerai. Then we have 3 katės, so 3 cats. Feminine. Mes turime, we want to say 3 cats in accusative.
Mes turime 3 kates.
Taip, teisingai. Mes turime 3 kates. Puikiai. Senelis turi, and anūkas, anūkė is grandchild, granddaughter, anūkė, grandson, anūkas. So we want to say viena anūkė, vienas anūkas. How we say it in this sentence? Senelis turi. These are gonna be singular accusatives. The ones with the tail, the classic.
Senelis turi vieną
Taip,
anūkės
anūkė.
ir
Taip.
anūkė ir vienas
Viena anūka. Vieną anūką. Yeah. These are,
Anūką.
it's the ones that we learned previously. Kelintą valandą, 5 valandą, 6 valandą. These are the same kind of endings. Senelis turi vieną anūkę ir vieną anūką. So the same vienas. Okay. And then we have plural. Du anūkai. Seneliai turi like they have 2 grandchildren. And we need plural accusative.
Seneliai turi 2 anūkų.
Anūkų,
Anūkus.
taip, puikiai. Seneliai turi 2 anūkus. Gerai. Now this one, does anybody remember what's 100? Andreas, it's very close to Latvian.
100.
Šimtas. Yeah, šimtas.
100.
Yeah, so we have 103 churches in Vilnius. Not all of them are working, but only I think 30 or something are not working. So that's still a lot. So 103 bažnyčios. And now we need to use, this is not accusative, can anyone pick it up? Vilniuje yra net? Or
What
okay.
is net?
Even.
Oh.
But even. Yeah, I prepared some more exercises that's going to be net explained. But yeah, it's even 103 churches. So this is a trick question. It's easier than it may look. So we have, I said 103 bažnyčios, Vilniuje yra net.
103 bažnyčios.
Yeah, 103 bažnyčios. It's the same. Yeah.
Nominative.
Yeah. When we use locative, and we have a number, a clear number, so then nothing changes there. You just Vilniuje yra net 103 bažnyčios. In Vilnius there are even 103 churches. Okay, kaimynas, kaimynė, the neighbor. So 4 kaimynai, Lietuva turi. Lithuania has 4 neighbors, Lietuva turi. How do you say 4 kaimynai in accusative?
Lietuva turi 4 kaimynus.
Yeah, 4 kaimynus. Taip, Lietuva turi 4 kaimynus. Gerai. Then par, usually if you see an article, there's par, P-A-R, that's Pietų Afrikos Respublika. Now, if you wonder, pietų, that pietus in Lithuanian means lunch, but it also means south. So basically, the sun is in the south, and as a result, we say pietus when we talk about south and lunch. So Sostinė is the capital city. How do we say that South Africa Republic has 3 capital cities? 3 sostinės in nominative, but it is in accusative.
Pietų Afrikos Respublika turi 3 sostinės.
Taip, 3 sostinės. Par turi 3 sostinės. Taip. 2 šunys, 2 dogs. Aš turiu. This barely changes when we use. It's just one sound is shorter. Aš turiu.
Aš turiu 2 šunius.
2 šunys, yeah. Aš turiu 2 šunys. Actually, šunius sounds kind of dialectal. It could be that somewhere like, I imagine in southern part of the country, someone could say šunius. Or, yeah. Okay, so then we have 3 vaikai, 3 children. Tėvai turi. What would it be? Trys vaikai in accusative.
Tėvai turi 3 vaikus.
Taip, 3 vaikus. Tėvai turi 3 vaikus. Gerai. Then we have 1 uncle. He has 1 uncle. This is singular because 1.
Jis turi vieną dėdę.
Taip, jis turi vieną dėdę. And vieną tetą, that vieną, it's also the same. Okay, well, we had this one. Okay, 4 seneliai, so 4 grandparents. Aš turiu, so 4 seneliai. What would it be in 4 grandparents? Aš turiu.
Aš turiu 4 senelės.
4 senelius, yeah.
Senelius.
Yeah, 4 senelius. Oh, why did I write that number there? Yeah, 4. When we talk masculine, we just add the 4 senelius. We just add the s, 4 plus s, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. That will be feminine. Okay. Aš turiu 4 senelius. Okay. Ji neturi, and this is again remembering another rule. Ji neturi, she doesn't have an uncle, but she has 4 aunts. 4 tetos, dėdė. Does anybody remember what case we use if it's negative?
Genitive.
So how does that sound?
Ji neturi dėdės.
Taip, ji neturi dėdės, bet ji turi.
Bet ji turi net 4
Aunts, so feminine. Not 4.
feminine. Gerai,
Is it again tėtis? Is it again?
4.
Taip.
4 tėtų.
Tetas. 4 tetas. Yeah, the genitive flipped in here. Basically, if you say, think in phrases. So you have ji neturi dėdės. So that's there's even a comma there. So that means it's going to be genitive for that. But then you have bet ji turi net 4. So then everything goes like as it was going until now. Ji turi accusative net 4 tetas. So genitives when it's negative. 4 tetas. Ji neturi dėdės, bet ji turi net 4 tetas. Gerai. Then I'm thinking. So what would you want now to do dialogues, or would you want more exercise now? Or some break with listening to dialogues and then repeating? Because we can do both. Okay, let's do dialogues for now, and then we will get back to this. So maybe it's gonna be, I think, useful if we take a little break. Okay, so now let's take a look at these dialogues. So we have here those exercises. Yeah, so here we have Paulius Linas, Saulė Linas, Ignas Tomas, Victoria Jonas, Justinas Marija, Lina Marija. So we have these dialogues. Technically, I could play them, but then I would have to share the tab, and then you would not have the window. So I think I'm just going to read myself, and then we will read together in pairs those. And of course, we have to figure out if we know all the meanings, all the definitions, so we understand what's going on. Okay, so first I read, and then I will tell you who reads what. Okay, so pirmas dialogas, first dialogue. Lina, ar tu turi seserį? Ne, Pauliau, aš neturiu sesers, turiu brolį. O tu? Aš turiu ir brolį, ir seserį. Aleksej, tu esi Paulius, ir Anton, tu esi Lina. I will maybe make it a bit bigger.
Lina, ar tu turi seserį?
Ne, Pauliau, aš neturiu sesers, turiu brolį. O tu?
Aš turiu ir brolį, ir seserį.
Gerai. Then antras dialogas, that's me doing something. There, čia sėdi mano sesuo ir mama. o čia stovi tavo brolis? Ne, čia mano pusbrolis Jonas. Mano brolis sėdi čia, prie mamos. Do we remember what sėdi means? I think
To
it's a,
sit.
yeah, that's a cognate in for everyone in this group. Gerai, aš esu Saulė, o tu, Andrės, esi Linas. Čia sėdi mano sesuo ir mama.
O čia stovi tavo brolis.
Ne, čia mano pusbrolis Jonas. Mano brolis sėdi čia, prie mamos. So, my brother is sitting here, next to mom. Gerai. Trečias. Ar tavo brolis dar mokinys, Tomai? Ne, jis jau studentas. Studijuoja Kaune. Anton, tu esi Ignas, Andrės, tu esi Tomas.
Ar tavo brolis dar mokinys, Tomai?
Ne, jis jau studentas. Studijuoja Kaune.
Gerai. Do we remember mokinys?
People.
Yeah, pupil or
Pupil,
like
yeah.
How to
school
pronounce this?
student. Yeah. Basically, mokinys is more universal. It's just, the kind of like, there's this distinction here. Studenta, so like studying in university. Mokinys, he's still. Dar is like he's still. Dar is actually, it can be like dar mokinys. He is still. Or, for example, if you're in a bar and there's beer, alus, and you just say pilk dar, like pour some more, dar. Or you don't even have to say anything else, just dar, more. Okay. Ketvirtas dialogas. Jonai, ar šis vaikinas yra tavo pusbrolis? Ne, Viktorija, čia Laurynas, mano brolis. Mano pusbrolis dabar studijuoja Vokietijoje. Berlyne? Ne, Münchene. Gerai. Aleksej, tu esi Viktorija. Andrės, tu esi Jonas.
Jonai, ar šis vaikinas yra tavo pusbrolis?
Ne, Viktorija, čia Laurinas, mano brolis. Mano pusbrolis dabar studijuoja Vokietijoje.
Berlyne?
Ne, Münchene.
Münchene.
München.
Gerai. Penktas dialogas. Marija, ar tavo tėvai gyvena Lietuvoje? Marija atsako, she answers, ne, Justinai, mano tėvai gyvena Ukrainoje. Anton, tu esi Justinas, Aleksej, tu esi Marija.
Marija, ar tavo tėvai gyvena Lietuvoje?
Ne, Justinai. Mano tėvai gyvena Ukrainoje.
Gerai. Šeštas. Okay, this is a short one. I wanted to check if there was no continuation to it in the next page. Šis berniukas yra mano sūnus, o ši mergaitė yra mano duktė. Jūs, Marija, taip pat turite du vaikus. First appearance of this accusative plural, right? Taip, Linai, mes turime dvi dukteris, Laimą ir Dovilę. Andrės, tu esi Linas ir aš esu Marija.
Šis berniukas yra mano sūnus, o ši mergaitė yra mano duktė. Jūs, Marija, taip pat turite du vaikus.
Taip, Linai, mes turime dvi dukteris, Laimą ir Dovilę. Laima, I think Latvians also have this word, a name, right? It's, remember, the goddess of fate. Okay, septintas dialogas. Mano brolis ir aš labai mėgstame operą, o tu, Tomai, aš taip pat mėgstu operą. Anton, tu esi Tomas, o Aleksej, tu esi Inga.
Mano brolis ir aš labai mėgstame operą. O tu, Tomai?
Aš taip pat mėgstu operą.
Gerai. Aštuntas dialogas. Savaitgalį mano šeima mėgsta sportuoti. Šeštadienį beveik visada, almost always, beveik is almost. Šeštadienį beveik visada einame į sporto klubą. O mes savaitgalį dažnai važiuojame į mišką. Labai mėgstame vaikščioti miške. Andrės, tu esi Paulius, Anton, tu esi aš, tu esi Saulė.
Savaitgalī mano šeima mėgsta sportuoti. Šeštadienį beveik visada einame į sporto klubą.
O mes savaitgalį dažnai važiuojame į mišką. Labai mėgstame vaikščioti miške.
What do they like to do? These families, Pauliaus šeima, ką Pauliaus šeima mėgsta veikti? What do they like to do? Savaitgalį?
They like to go to sport club. Saulė, they normally driving to the forest.
Yeah, they like to take walks in forest. That's very Lithuanian. Or probably in the entire region, it's kind of a thing, the forest. Devintas, I believe, this is paskutinis. Linas, aš vakare žiūriu informacinę programą. Informacinė programa, well, I would say žinias, actually. This is like basically panorama. Žinios, panorama, that's a program, a news program. Žinios. Aš žiūriu žinias. I'm watching the news program. That would be. But informacinė programa, you can also say that. It's just I want you to know that other synonym. That's, I think, occurs a bit more often. Okay. Aš vakare žiūriu informacinę programą, o mano žmona paprastai žiūri filmą. Ar jūsų sūnus taip pat vakare žiūri televizorių? Ne, Agne, jis sėdi prie kompiuterio. Well, that's realistic. Okay. Andrės, tu esi Linas, Aleksej, tu esi Agne.
Aš vakare žiūriu informacinę programą, o mano žmona paprastai žiūri filmą.
Ar jūsų sūnus taip pat vakare žiūri televizorių?
Ne, Agne, jis sėdi prie kompiuterio.
Abu both žiūri Netflixą. One is watching on the screen and the other is on the smaller screen. Matter pasirinkimo klausimas. Matter of preference. Okay. Did you have any vocabulary questions from this? Or was it more or less right? Clear? Ir viskas aišku?
Actually about Netflix, so if you take the word from the other language, actually about, like, for example, with flat white, like sometimes they say flat whites.
Yeah.
With Netflix, like, is it Netflix or Netflixes, for example?
It's kind of like when people speak, normally they would say, you can say I žiūriu Netflix. No one's gonna tell you anything about it because it's not a mistake. But it's naturally, when we're used to those endings and declining them, then people will say, aš žiūriu Netflixą. Pavyzdžiui, I'm thinking what could be. For example, Netflixo prenumerata, that's like subscription. But you can see Netflix as well. It's not going to be a mistake, but it's kind of like already, colloquialism. Aš žiūriu Netflixą.
So it's kind of like the declinations are treated as if the nominative was Netflix's. Yes?
Yeah. But then we would have, for example, Disney. Okay, Anton?
According to Netflix, is there any possibility to watch such programs in Lithuanian?
We have TV3's Play. This one that you can get. I like Epica. That one is, I think, free. It's kind of limited if you're abroad, užsienyje. They are gonna limit some movies, like I guess some, I don't know, autorinės teisės there or some like what's the copyright reasons, but LRT Epica, they have movies. So TV3 Play is more commercial. This is where you pay. For example, if you're in Lithuania, then you can even somehow, like if your operatorius yra Bitė used to be GSM, then I think you can even add it to your like that you subscribe and it comes with your plan. And LRT Epica is our like national television, and they have actually good documentaries and good quality Lithuanian movies. And TV3 Play, as far as I know, they have like some partnership with HBO Max. Yeah, and they should have the Lithuanian subtitles, so that could be a bit of an issue in some cases, maybe. But they have like all kinds of TV3 Play, I think sometimes has like some like you can pick the subtitle of preference, but yeah. So
But,
these are the ones, yeah.
But for example, in Netflix, there are a lot of serials, and I don't know how it works in Lithuania. Is it normal to translate every serial, or
I have never had Netflix translations to Lithuanian actually there. On Netflix, never. I know Finnish, for example, we have, and that's how I learned. But Netflix, unfortunately, at least I have never like seen, when there's a panel of languages that you can pick, like a subtitling or dubbing or something. Then it doesn't work, unfortunately, for that.
Okay, I see. I thought it was the case because I'm not in the country.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be a good way, of course, to learn. But if you want like some international shows, I would say TV3 Play has HBO Max, and they have like the translated names and stuff like that you would see from like American TV series that you like. Okay. Yeah. So this is for the dialogues. Now I will see if I have it. Yeah, I see the window. No, I don't. Here it is. Okay, so now we will talk food a little bit. I hope no one's hungry. Niekas nealkanas. So food vocabulary is 2 chapters. We're 2 chapters, I believe. 2 chapters away. But I saw in this other book that they have them paired with not numerals. So quite a lot of them, I would say, are shared with others. Somehow people really struggle with them, usually with this vocabulary specifically, especially if it's on vegetable. But I think, could you recognize some of them? So you know that this is food. Okay, pizza is obvious. Bulve.
Aš žinau, aš žiūri.
Tu eini į parduotuvę.
Aš žiūri šią žaidimas.
Žaidimas?
Words.
Žodį.
I see this words in supermarket, I want to say.
Taip, aš matau žodį parduotuvėje.
Taip, aš matau žodį parduotuvėje, taip.
Yeah. But anyways, do you see anything that you can otherwise recognize from your languages?
Agurkas, taip.
Yeah, agurkas, cucumber. Yeah, that's carrot. Sometimes
bulvė, čia ne mano kalbo, but aš žinau, taip.
Yeah, bulvė, yeah. If you want to say, like, we have oranginess, a color, oranginess, but you can also use morkiness or morkviness. That's our own domestic word for the color, because of course we did not have any oranges, which is actually apelsinas in Lithuanian. Yeah. Any other words you recognize? Burokas is the one that usually is very tricky for English speakers. They think it's broccoli, but it's not, because it's beetroot. Burokas is beetroot, pomidoras, pomodoro. So we took it from Italians. Kiaušinis. Kas yra kiaušinis? That's egg. Tortas, it's a cake. Saldainis, it's a sweet. Kopūstas, that's cabbage. Kopūstas. I think Slavic languages also share it. At least Czech
Right,
people.
Burak,
Kapusta,
Burak, stikla.
Yeah. Gurkas, obuolys, apple, pizza, dešra. That's close to Latvian.
Sausage.
Yeah, that's dešra. That's sausage. Silke, that's herring. Silke. Bulvė, potato. Kriaušė, that's pear. Morka, uoga, berry, also with Latvians, except that Latvians write it as oga and pronounce it uoga. Ir bandelė, that's the bun. Yeah. Okay, so what I wanted us just to do with this exercise, so we have these endings and we have the numerals, and I thought it's a good occasion. Okay, it's a good way for us to practice a little bit more, maybe of nominative in this case, get back to nominative. Or also maybe, okay, for example, let's do this exercise this way. So, čia yra, for example, the first one, du pomidorai. And then we write, aš turiu du pomidorus. So basically the plural endings and also the numerals, if that makes sense. Let's do as many as we can. Maybe I would recommend that we do it horizontally. So pomidorus, du pomidorai, pizza, dvi pizzos, and so on, so that we get equally of both genders and we see how it looks. So we write, čia yra du pomidorai, aš turiu du pomidorus. I have 2 tomatoes. And let's try to do it this way. Yeah, so I will give maybe 10 minutes, but like I said, it's as many as you can do. You don't have to rush and to make sure that you do everything. Just make sure that like you get like equally both genders done. And if you check the grammar file, the Google Docs grammar file, and you check numerals and you scroll down, it's the second page where you have both the nominative and accusative. I copied from the book. Okay, so I give you some time now for this. I see Alexei is using Lithuanian keyboard. I recognize the struggle.
Yeah. Is there a way to conveniently have the numerals while not switching from Lithuanian keyboards? Like I want to do a plus while I'm on Lithuanian keyboards. Is there like some combinations that will let me? Oh,
Depends. I don't know if it works. Like I'm currently on Apple, but for example, here if you hold
no,
the
I'm on
Z,
Windows.
yeah, I don't know if it works, but for example, if you keep the Latin or what English, whatever keyboard you have there, and then you hold the letter Z, the key Z, and there's at least to me it shows up like a little line, and you can press the Z. That is one way. Otherwise, everyone's suffering. It is like, and it takes time to get used to it in general. So I remember that in 2000s, nobody bothered about the diacritics. I don't remember when it became a thing that it's sort of a thing of prestige. And you have to write with the diacritics. People used to write, for example, "Se era du pomidorai." So like without the diacritics. We also have one LT, which was like kind of social media before it was social media, and they invented their own language there, and they would like write lots of J letters instead of I, but the matter is that they would also che, for example, c'era du pomidore. This is a very easy way. They would also write Chia era diu piomi diore. I don't know what was wrong with us back in those days, but I wonder. No, I know linguists study that because they would have their own language there, or they would write, for example, they would have a rating. I think Latvians also have that, and Estonians that site. There would be like that you can add a score, a rating to someone's picture, and people would have deals to exchange them. So they would write 30 и 30. So like basically we're like, I give you 30 and you give me 30 for my picture, and then they would write it 30 и 30 with the Y. Yeah, those were wild times. But yeah, at some point, I think it was early 2010s maybe, when suddenly people were like, oh, this looks very unprofessional if like you write, because in those days, maybe it was also some accessibility, I don't know, of the keyboard, but people would also, for example, if you had some ads on SMS, they would send it without diacritics and it would be Sendien pomidori po, I don't know, 1 kilogramas uz, let's say, 5 cents or something crazy like that, yeah. But they would write Shenden, Sendien, and so on. And that would be a norm. That was a pretty normal thing to do. Also, I think we didn't have enough of fonts that worked in Lithuanian language. So sometimes they would, yeah, it was kind of like viral. And nowadays it's like a thing with the diacritics. But yeah, I kind of hate that that keyboard myself. It can be sometimes tricky, and sometimes if I want to write something to you, or like a plus or whatever, and you see me struggling a little bit, that's because I'm switching keyboards. I need to also add a plus and then change it back. So I understand the struggle. Okay. But is it difficult? Have you already kind of memorized which letter is which?
They're mostly like they're above for the respective ones, like above E, 3 and 4, the others A and E.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
because of that, it's kind of more or less manageable.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
In
I just
Windows, there
remember.
are three keyboards. Most useful is Lithuanian IBM. As you see, in this way, you have all these letters on the right, but still W is J.
No, that is impossible to get away from that one. I also had a struggle when I needed to use Estonian keyboard. I think I still have it here. No, I don't have it anymore. But it would be that, for example, if I want to write like a smiley face, a laughing smiley face, it would end up like öde. But that would also be funny because like I would just forget and it wouldn't make me any sense that something, at least this one is not used for some Lithuanian letter. Okay, now let's take a look at the vocabulary, and then we will be listening to music again. Today we're talking about Oskars and Andreas. We're talking about our version of Dziesmu svētki, about Dainų šventė that happens now and then, and it's the youngest one in the Baltics. So you will see some choir singing, and yeah, I also translated. Maybe you checked Comic Relief file. I translated the lyrics. I will explain why only in one of them I marked the plurals and the others I didn't bother, but that was like out of goodwill so that you don't get confused completely. They're kind of dialectal. Okay, so pomidoras, du pomidorai, aš turiu du pomidorus. Kiaušinis, trys.
Aš turiu 3 kiaušinius ir 3 dešras.
Ja, aš turiu 3 kiaušinius ir 3 dešras. Anton, tortas, 4.
4 tortai ir 4 silkeris.
Silkės. Just silkės.
Silkeris.
Yeah, silkės. 4 silkės. Aš turiu 4 tortus, well, that's a lot of sugar. 4 tortus ir 4 silkės. Gerai. Toliau.
4 silkės.
Yeah, 4 silkės, taip. If we say aš turiu 4 silkės, I wrote in the chat, 4 silkės, but if it's nominative 4 silkės.
This was about nominative or accusative? I'm not sure.
Both. Like I wanted so that we write, for example, we have them in nominative here. So we have 4 tortai ir 4 silkės, and then we add accusative. Aš turiu 4 tortus ir 4 silkės.
Sorry, silkės, not silkeris, because I thought it's...
No, it's normal. It's a normal classic E ending, like saulė, that kind of E ending, if you wonder. Did you think about duktė kind of declination?
Never mind.
Because like you wanted to say silkeris, is that what I get?
I mean silkeris.
Like in the chat that I wrote. Okay,
Like,
yeah, dukteris. Well, that's duktė, dukteris, dukteris. This is the exceptional one. But we also have
Okay.
we also have E ending that's before that. So E ending, for example, my name, Saulė, and if we have many Saulė, would be Saulės, Saulės. So silke is also the normal one, the regular one. It's not misbehaving like on its own rule. Okay. Then we have saldainis, sweet, some confectionery, ir bulvė. So 5 saldainiai.
5 saldainiai. 5 saldainius for accusative.
Taip, 5 saldainiai, 5 saldainius. Ir if we have...
Bulvės, 5 bulvės.
5 bulvės ir 5
bulvės.
Taip.
Yeah, for accusative.
Yeah. If it's tricky, you can also say kartupelis. That would be
everything. Yeah. Bulba is Latgalian.
Yeah, I remember. Bulba, I think, is it?
Yeah, bulba.
Yeah, I remember. And then, yeah, but we also have this sort of, that you have, Latgalians have the bulve, closer to bulve, and we have kartupelis, sometimes you may hear. But also, it's funny because we have also kurdupelis. Poles also have it, apparently. And this is like, originally it's like a potato, but we usually use it for like a small person. Kurdupelis. Is toks kurdupelis. He's like this small guy. Kurdupelis. And that's like originally potato, but this is used also for a small person. Okay. Then we have kopūstas, kriaušė, šeši.
Čia yra 6 kapustai
Taip,
ir 6 kriaušės.
taip,
Aš turiu 6 kapustus ir 6.
Šešis kopūstus.
Taip.
Yeah.
Aš turiu 6 kapustus ir 6 kriaušės.
Taip, kriaušės. Ir 6 kriaušės. I'm writing everything in the chat. So that's everything. Gerai. Then we have burokas ir morka. 7. Burok. Outstanding.
Whose order is it? For me?
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's like open mic here. I don't want
Čia
everyone.
yra 7 burokai ir 7 morkos.
Taip, puikiai.
Aš turiu 7 burokaus.
Brokus. Yeah.
Burokus.
Taip.
Burokus. It's
Yeah,
spelled burok.
Yeah, 7 brokus. That also could be coming from, because we had iš Vilniaus, Vilno, and so on. So it can sometimes, I guess, they
Ir
sound.
7 morkas.
Taip, puikiai, gerai. Then we have agurkas ir uoga. So let's say Aleksej, 8.
Aš turiu 8 agurkus ir 7 morkas.
Yeah,
Ir
gerai.
čia yra 8 agurkai ir I jumped.
Yeah, it's a bit, yeah, like,
Taip, čia yra atsiprašau, čia yra 8 agurkai ir 8 uogos.
Taip.
Ir aš turiu 8 uogas.
Puikiai. 8 agurkai, 8 agurkus, 8 uogos, 8 uogas. Gerai. And then obuolys, the apple, bandelė, bun. Anton, could you try?
Aš turiu 9 obuoliai ir 9 obuolius.
Taip, aš turiu 9 obuolius, 9 obuoliai, aš turiu 9 obuolius, gerai.
Aš turiu 9 bandelės. Aš turiu 9 bandelės.
Taip, 9 bandelės, aš turiu 9 bandelės. Okay, so we had a little smegenų mankšta. That's the brain exercise. Smegenys, that's brains. And we have only plural. Smegenys. Similar to Latvian again. Smegenys. Yeah, okay. Okay, so now let's take a quick look at the comic relief of today. I don't think that we will be listening to the last song, which so we have Dainų šventė. So mūsų dienos kaip šventė, our days are like festival, like our festivities. This is the one where you will see what is Dainų šventė by yourself. I mean, for Latvians, I don't have to tell what that is, because you have even older tradition of that. We have only from interwar years when we started this whole thing. So basically, so these are the songs that I will play. I have translated them, and I also underlined specifically in this one the plurals, because for this one I felt like it was not dialectal. It was like something where you can follow, of course, this is, for example, genitive. We didn't talk about it today, but otherwise dienos and so on, that is like the ones that we can understand. So mūsų dienos, our days. We are gonna talk about possessives more, I believe, next week already. And then we have Kur gira žaliuoja. This is music written by Mikalojus Konstantinas Čiurlionis, arba M.K. Čiurlionis. So this is our composer and painter, and this is music written by him. So it's kind of big, and usually people really love it. Okay, Andres?
What was the name of the song? Sorry.
Which one? This one? Kur gira žaliuoja.
I think I've sung it. It was in Baltic Song Festival.
Yeah,
Mano kraštas gira žaliuoja. Those songs I remember.
Yeah. It is like kind of it is the one that's like the music is very pretty and the harmonies, and people usually really like it. And this is a long one, and I'm not gonna play it. I think we don't have enough time, but I thought this is gonna be the end of the video, and it's important to us and by people, and the whole festival with it is when our national anthem was banned throughout the Soviet occupation. People would sing this as it was a substitute for that national anthem, and you will hear this in all kinds of events. For example, the February 16th, the national independence, like when we have events, they might finish some event with this. So it has a big meaning. Like, it's kind of like we have our national anthem, and we have this as sort of it served as a replacement for a while. Okay, so now let me pick Dainų šventė 2024, and kad gira žaliuotų it was called, and it basically means so that the forest, because gira, we have miškas, that's forest, and gira is kind of like this big forest, an old forest. Okay, let me find. Okay, I think this is it. I will share now the tab with you, and you can keep your Google Docs tab, share tab, audio. And this is gonna be mūsų dienos kaip šventė. So it's very good mood, feel good song, and the only thing why some people may not like it is that it was the lyrics was written by the so-called, every nation has the cursed poet that's done some things, and people are like, should we judge them for that? So this is Salomėja Nėris, a poetess. Basically, she collaborated with the Soviet Union, and then she regretted it and released a book where she wrote how she regrets it and how that was awful mistake, but people still have mixed feelings about her because of that, what she did. But yeah, so now let's listen. I think at least one song or two songs should be enough. Maybe the beginning of Lietuva Brangi, but otherwise, yeah. Can you hear some things? Is audio coming through?
Hey.
Okay. know what is going on. Is the internet struggling? Somehow it got stuck. Okay. Well, I'm going to listen it anyway. Because of copyright. Okay, let's try again. No, it just gave up. Okay.